No longer need to slam on the brakes when passing emergency vehicles. That's if a new push from the police union and the NRMA is enforced. In New South Wales, a law was implemented last year requiring drivers to slow down to 40 kilometres when passing stationary police cars, fire trucks or ambulances. Now, apparently it's caused a spike in accidents with more drivers rear-ending each other.
Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it? Now let's get today's take on this with Shelly Horton and from 9 Honey and journalist John Mangos. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Shell, this main issue is obviously you're not doing 110 in the suburbs, but on the highway you're slowing straight down to 40 and then you may not get in trouble, but it's 3 or 4 cars back that all of a sudden don't see you stopping.
Everyone has to be paying attention,
So what do we think about this law? Should it be scrapped for highways or should it be adjusted? What should we think?
I might get arrested for saying this, but I didn't know it was the law. Oh. I remember they brought in on a whole, like, no thongs, no eating, but I didn't know the 40k rule, so I probably would have been someone that rear-ended someone else if that had happened. My thing is, if you've got the emergency service people themselves saying it's not working, then doesn't that mean it's not working?
You should just use caution.
One would think. I'm actually with you on this. I actually thought that people were slowing down to kind of rubberneck, you know?
Yeah.
That whole thing, and that is a dangerous thing.
Me too.
I don't know, John, give us your take.
Yeah, when you get the police union and the NRMA, who don't agree too often on things, both agreeing that it's not a good idea, then it's not a good idea. And what I think we've got to take from this as a positive is that they tried something in theory and it didn't work in practice, and we've got the mechanism in place that says, you know what, hey guys, it's not working, so let's just change it back. So I rather love that, because oftentimes in the past we've been committed to law and it's just stayed law. So I think that's fantastic that we're bringing some flexibility in to recognise something that sounded like a good idea but just doesn't work. Most people, I think, fall into Shelley's category, just didn't know that it existed. It's a common sense thing.
Yeah,
don't make me slow to 40, make me slow to appropriate.
I saw some incredible vision of Germany on the Autobahn where they had to let a service vehicle through and everyone just went to the side and the ambulance went straight down the middle. Wow. And I'm like, that's kind of shows our different society values.
Have speed limit.
They have no speed limit.
They've got many roads and it's all wide. It's the Autobahn. It's like, I've got 4 more lanes to pull over. That's okay.
But so you have other good things, like in the United States, if a vehicle with a siren, like fire, police, ambulance, if you hear the siren, you've got to actually stop, whereas here we tend to pull over and slow down. In the United States, you have to just stop as soon as you hear it. It's a great idea.
So what happens if you're in a multi-lane situation?
Well, you've got to try and pull over and stop to create some space, but just making everyone stop until the vehicle goes past, it works.
It's a safer option, all right. Yeah. Also making news this morning, Aussie employees would forego a pay rise if they felt they were doing more meaningful work. New research has found the average worker spends about 15 hours a week on mundane tasks, and a lot of them are desperate to feel more purpose in their jobs. So, John, millennials are more likely than baby boomers to want their work to be meaningful.
Correct.
Do you think the nature of work has changed?
Oh, it's definitely changed. For example, there was a time when you didn't arrive at work and have 200 emails in your inbox, and then you've got to spend the next hour sifting through them to find the 2 that are relevant to your job. That is a waste of time. And that's how the workplace has changed with stuff like that. And I get that I'll take a pay cut to do more meaningful work, and I think that's fantastic, but then it opens the other question, who's going to do the menial work? It still needs to be done in the workplace.
But when they say more meaningful work, I'm thinking of it in the altruistic sense, like in some sense the greater good of society.
It can be interpreted that way, but often in this article they refer to, like, if you have to be doing, putting in your expenses doing that sort of menial work where they would rather be focusing on their actual job.
That's my priority.
Yeah, she's like, give me my money.
That is actually, I get a lot of joy out of that. When I send an invoice, it's like, money. It's done.
But see, the question isn't it who does it though? If everybody doesn't do a little bit of it in their workday, do you then have to hire another person just to do menial?
Yeah. But it comes down to what is that worker's value. Is like, if you've got a lawyer and they're charging out, I don't know, $350 an hour, is it worth their time to be doing expenses?
No,
probably not.
No.
You get a receptionist or someone.
The happiest times in my life is when I was a data entry person.
Really?
Yes. I loved it.
No stress?
She's a Virgo.
I know, I do love Virgos. I'm a Virgo.
So here's the point to the lawyer.
Data entry.
Does the lawyer who charges X amount per hour, Do they do the photocopying or do they get somebody else to do
Oh,
the
they're not doing the
They've
photocopying.
got other
Although
people
they
doing
charge you like they're doing the photocopying.
Yeah.
Expensive photocopying,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
I think it's not going to copy itself. Shelly and John are going to stay with us when we come back. Dr. Fitbit, why medical experts are reporting a rise in the number of people self-diagnosing heart problems.
And Facebook turns 15, but has it made the world a better place?